Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Gabe with Indigo Software, genuine Microsoft software for less. In today's video, we're showing you guys how to animate text and objects inside of Microsoft PowerPoint. Specifically, we're using PowerPoint in Office 2021, but regardless of what version of PowerPoint you're using, this tutorial should still apply. Before we get started with today's video, if you're interested in purchasing Microsoft Office, Windows 10, Windows 11, remote desktop licenses, or a wide variety of other Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo Software. We'll leave links down below. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, guys, so here we are inside of PowerPoint, and I'm currently working on a presentation I built for how to build a PC step by step. So I've created our title slide here, and I've also created a main slide. And this main slide here is where I'm going to be testing out some of these animations. So in this slide, we're going through a broad overview of the various components needed to build a PC. First, we have the case, then we have the PC motherboard, followed by the CPU. Next up, we have the GPU, RAM sticks, storage, and power supply unit. In order to effectively convey my point on this tab, what I might want to do is animate these in individually or step by step in their chronological order. So let's go ahead and start with the text before we actually move on to the objects. When it comes to animating in PowerPoint, we're going to live on one main slide, and that is the animations slide. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can find in this ribbon. First, we have preview. The drop-down arrow will give us an auto preview setting, which I would recommend leaving on for the most part. We could also preview an animation again after we've applied it to an object or text. And then next up, we have the actual animations that we can choose from. Clicking down on that drop-down arrow will give us a full list of options here. We have four main categories: entrance, emphasis, exit, and motion paths. Entrance will come into our slide. Emphasis will create a movement within our already existing slide. And then exit will remove the object from our slide. We also have motion paths, and that will follow a path of motion. We also have access to more effects below if we don't want to pick one of the ones available here. Now, next to that, we have add animation, basically another tab for more of these animations here. But we're going to talk about this specific button a little bit later. Another important thing we can find here is the animation pane. That's going to give us options to additional settings with our animations, as well as the order of things. And then we also have a reorder animation button here. This just lets us move it to earlier or later. Again, we'll get into all of this here in a little bit. So the first thing that I want to animate is the text. Let's click this drop-down arrow. I want this to be an entrance animation. Let's try the random bars to see how that looks. Notice that a little number pops up after I've added the animation. Now, if I open the animation pane, there we can see number 1 as it is being shown here. I can actually take this a step further. I can add an additional animation to this text if I want to. And that's what this button is for. So if I click one of these, it will just change the animation for number 1, as we can see. But if I keep it on random bars and then hit add animation, maybe I want to do an emphasis here, like a pulse. Now we can see that I have 1 and then I have 2. So if I preview this, we can see that, and then that little pulse happens afterwards. These are now separate animations, 1, 2 happening directly after number 1. And then here is where this button comes in handy. I can reorder these if I want to. I could have it pulse first and then do the random bars, but let's keep it how it is. Okay, so with my 2 animations set on my text, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and start working on our objects. So I think what I want to happen here, I want these all to be basically non-existent. So I don't want them on the slide until I do an action that makes them appear. So let's see what the appear looks like on this one. Preview that. And that's a little bit jarring. Let's try something else. I'm going to try the fly in effect. Okay, and then if we preview that, we can see it flies in from the bottom. If I click this little drop down arrow, and if I click on effect options, here I can actually change the direction. So maybe I don't want it to come in from the bottom, but maybe I want it to come in from the left. Also, I could maybe smooth out the start a little bit. I'll add 0.5 seconds. And no bounce, but if I want to, I could even add a sound here. So I have a lot of options on how I can customize this. Next up, we have timing, and I can change this to on click. I could also change this to with previous or after previous. So I'm fine with on click. And again, since it's number 3 in the drop down list, it'll be the third thing that will happen upon me clicking. So I'll press OK. Now, just to show you guys what this has done so far, Let's go to the slideshow and we'll present from the beginning. I'll go to slide 2 here. And if I click, we have our first animation. If I click again, we have our second animation, which was the bounce of this text. And if I click again, the PC will fly in. So that was just to show you guys what's happening right now. Let's go back to our animation pane. Now, these ones are both start on click, but maybe I want this first one to just happen automatically. So if I go to effect options, instead of timing on click, I'm going to do with previous. Let's press OK. And let me go back to our slideshow and present again from the beginning. Let's see what happens now. So now that one happens automatically. And that's an important distinction to make because you may or may not want it to happen automatically, or you might want it to happen with the click of a mouse. And that is how you adjust that. All right, let's continue on. So I'll go back to animations and we'll go to the motherboard next. So I'm basically going to want all of these to fly in, and I'm going to want all of them to fly in from the left. Well, if that's the case, it would probably be a waste of time to manually do that to every single one of these. So let me show you guys how to copy and paste animations in PowerPoint. I'm going to click on our first animation. This one has everything that we want. And if you're familiar with Word, there's something called a format painter. In PowerPoint, we have something called an animation painter. So I'll click the animation painter with the object that I have animated properly selected. Now with this selected, I can go through and click on all of the rest of my objects. So I'll click this, I'll click on that one. If I double click the animation painter, it will continuously apply these effects until I double click it again. If you single click it, it will only do it once. So with this double clicked, I will click and click and click again and click again. So now all of these, if I go to the preview, are all animating in with the same preset. Let's go back to our number 0 here. If I click down and hit effect options again, we touched on the sound, but I did forget to mention that you can also change how the text animates. And it might look a little bit better if we do it by letter rather than by the entire thing. Now we can see that that kind of sweeps across the screen. And if I want to, I could even take that a step further and adjust the speed. So back in effect options again, we have our % delay between letters. So I could make that number smaller. Now it's going to happen a bit quicker. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions about anything we covered, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. Again, if you're interested in purchasing genuine Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo software. We'll leave links down below. As our channel continues to grow, we're constantly looking for new video topic ideas to make. If you have any specific suggestions of your own, we'd love to hear what those are. Most commented viewer video requests get made into actual videos on our channel. Lastly, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated as it helps to support our channel. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.